Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. We are going to talk about Whitney Houston and Ray J, Brandy's brother. Okay. Um, after Whitney passed away, um, there was a lot of talks about Ray J being there, but the media didn't show Ray J being at the Beverly Hills Hotel at the time that Whitney passed away. But word on the streets was that he definitely was there. Okay. Hold on a minute. Let me switch this account so that I could go to the one without the commercials. And there was rumors in the industry that his nickname was um Little Lucifer. That's what they was calling him. So in light of that, I want to really talk about Ray J and these people in this industry. See, these people in this industry, they do wicked things for money, and they will hurt each other no matter what. So now in the news, recently in reports, Ray J's been talking about committing suicide. And then he mentioned about Whitney Houston, like he sold his soul in order to be able to date with Whitney Houston. Why he said that, I have no idea. But Leola Brown, Bobby's sister, she's been talking lately, and she said that she's writing a book and that she will be mentioning the part that Ray J played in Whitney's death. Now, I'm going to play some of it. Hold on a minute. See what you guys think. Because these people just get away with anything, and they're never held accountable for what they did. Um, Now let's go over here. Okay. Hold on, let me exit that and go back here. Now let's listen to Leola what she says.
Hey guys, it's me, Leola. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. Okay. Oh God, I had to come to you all this morning. My emails and my back office on Facebook, everything is flooded with mail. Everybody's saying this, they're saying that about Ray J. I'm not going to say anything negative because, like I said, everybody's in God's hands. There's a lot that you all don't know that he did to Whitney, a lot. And so maybe, I don't know. People are emailing me saying that Ray J is talking about committing suicide because of what I have coming out, talking about how he has something to do with the demise of Whitney and Bobby Christina. Greetings, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Here we go. I told you we're going to do this. I have a lot to show you all, but I want to say this. Let's forget about Ray J right now. Let God deal with him. But I want to say this. Somebody sent me something. Now, I want to show you all. And I hope that Pat Houston is looking at this because I want her to see herself. Yes, it's very important to understand why Leola does what she does. I do what I do so that we as a people can get better. That is my aim. That is my aim. Okay? But let me tell you this. Let me tell you how arrogant Pat.
Pat Houston, she's another one too. That Pat Houston woman, the way she put Bobby Christina on TV with that Houston on our own Houston whatever TV series so fast, I knew that she was terrible. But let's listen to what Leola has to say about Pat Houston, and hopefully she'll get more into what happened with Ray J, because Ray J is talking about committing suicide. And I knew sooner or later all of his dirt would come back on him. Hold on, y'all.
Houston is. Somebody sent me one of her, I guess she set up some kind of enterprise or business. You know, it's all about Whitney because everybody's trying to get money off of Whitney's name. Never forget that. Okay. And when you all read my book, you'll know and you'll understand that it's all about the money. But somebody sent me this it's like a little article that she drew up that says she is the president and CEO of WHIP, 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 NIP, Inc. And then below it, it says she's the president of WHIT, WHIT, NIP Enterprises. But you see that WHIP? This is Pat. This was not a mistake. This was not, this is her mind. This is her mind. And she's doing that as a, you know, that's her sarcasm, as if to say, yeah, I whip Nick. She hates Whitney. When I tell you all that Pat Houston hates Whitney, I'm not just saying that, you all. I'm not just saying that about her. She really does. She hates Whitney with a passion. Yes. All that she did to my niece and my sister, I mean, it's evident that she hated Whitney. But I want you all to see something. I want you to see her mind and what she's thinking and what she does. So she put Whip Nip Inc. and then put under it, it says president of Wit, like short for Whitney, Nip Enterprises. You can't make a mistake because that P and that T is far away from each other on the keyboard. Think about it, you all. At the top, it says Whip Nip. And then at the bottom, it says Wit Nip. Same company, so-called company that she has. Somebody just emailed me this. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fast
But
forward a little
I'm
bit.
trying to point things out to you that you should look out for because she's being smart. That was a slap in the face to Whitney. Mm-hmm. Trust me, it was. Mm-hmm. Because I got the phone call that you done snatch Mimi back up again, my niece. Mm-hmm. So y'all are up to something. Because I know the only reason why you have Mimi around. And by the way, Mimi, if you're looking at this, you could have saved Bobby Christina. You. When she called you and begged you to come and get her. You didn't come and get her. But had you came and got her, you would have saved her.
Mimi is Bobby Chris's cousin, and she had called Bobby Chris um before this guy Nick Gordon beat her up in the house before she passed away, which was a result of her passing away. She called her cousin and told her she needed help, could she come and get her, and she told her no, and she didn't go get her. So that's who she's talking about with Mimi. Now Mimi is working with Pat. See, these people is just wicked and money hungry. Hold on.
Yes, she would have been saved. I could have got her from there. You all, and now you're still hanging out with Pat. And you said it. You said that you were sorry, Mimi. You were sorry for how you talked about me in the media and all that. You're not sorry though. You cannot be easy like that. Don't be weak and when she calls, you come running. You should not be anywhere near her. But I can't tell you what to do. You do as you please. But it's sad. It's a shame. I know you all are up to something because God reveals things to me. He does. But it's sad. does a mother and daughter get found in a bathtub? That ain't never happened to nobody. And everybody's dying of overdoses. Oh, really? That's how y'all wanted it to look. Whitney was clean, like I said. Y'all did so many things to my niece. It's so sad. And Pat, I know all about that show. I told Chrissy not to do it with you. She said, Auntie Bibi, I just did it because she kept begging me for money.
You see how all the truth starts coming out later? She kept begging that girl for money. Even though she knew her mother had died, she was going through all of that. Not only that, they was keeping Bobby Brown away from her. They wouldn't let them connect or keep in touch with each other. And Leola said that Bobby Brown Jr., who died, I think a year or two ago of a so-called drug overdose, that he wasn't even on drugs. So let's finish listening to Leola.
But I knew, Pat, that you was going to do something. I knew it. I said, she's going to do something to make Chrissy look bad because they're preparing to grab Whitney's estate. So she's preparing all her evidence for the judge. So she wants to, now you place Nick on that show, have him feeding my niece things so that you can say, look, Your Honor, look at how she looks. That's why you did that, Pat. You brought that girl on to make Chrissy jealous so that would start conflict with Chrissy and Nick. I peeped the whole game that you did. I watched. I didn't watch that show like that. No, I didn't. So let me not lie. There's a lot that I haven't seen, but I didn't care to watch it. But I saw that part. I saw how you planted that girl there so that Chrissy can be. And this is after her mother is gone. You would do this, Pat. Do you really? You hate my niece that much? I already knew you hated Whitney. But that is ugly. So you see, Pat, I know your mind. I know how you operate. I know what's in here. You can fool the people out here, but you can't fool Leola. I know who you are. And when you do something, I know how you do it, where you're coming from and all. I know. Mm-hmm. You have a sick heart and you need to be healed. And you are one of the ones that studies. Supposedly, you're supposed to be what, a Hebrew Israelite or something like that? Is that what you study? So you know something about God. You're not just one of these young ones out here that, and you would do that to your sister, huh? Wow. And said, we didn't come here for that. Oh, that's what you called us here for? We didn't come here for that. You knew Whitney didn't want to be here no more. And walked out the door and left Mama Sissy standing there like that. You know why? I told Mickey. God got something for us all. With these ill hearts, He's got something for us. All that has to be removed up out of us. All that sickness, it's a disease in the heart. It's a disease. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. I heard a lot of things. A lot of things. Oh, and that's another thing. I wanted to say this. Pat, Mickey told me about how Mama Sissy invited you and Gary to her house for dinner after the death of Whitney. And you all flew in from Atlanta. And Mama Sissy said, tell me what happened to my baby. And you two jumped up and said, we didn't come here for that. Oh, that's what you called us here for? We didn't come here for that. You knew Whitney didn't want to be here no more. And walked out the door and left Mama Sissy standing there like that. You know why? I told Mickey. I said, you know why they did that? Because they couldn't face Mama Sissy. They had to get up out of sight. They couldn't face her. Hmm. They didn't want to face her because they had did what they did. But the plan from the beginning. I figured it out. You all were gonna say, you all said, let's get, that was plan A, to get Chrissy 1st. Hmm. And then you were gonna say Whitney found her, so Whitney committed suicide right after that. But Chrissy came out of that bathtub. Oh yeah, see how smart Leola is? Yeah, you know I got it right. You know I got it right. But see, Whitney had caught on to you guys, and that's why you didn't want her out of that hotel. Hmm. Oh yeah, the book is coming though. The book is coming. I'm telling it. I'm telling it because I know what happened. I know why Whitney was looking for you all. She was looking for you. She was looking for Ray J. Ray J said in the media he regretted the missed phone calls. Pat, you sat in front of Oprah and said you didn't answer her phone call all that day because you knew why she was calling you. You knew. You knew what Whitney wanted, but you couldn't answer her. I knew what she was going to ask you. Hmm. I know exactly what she was calling you for. And you ducked her. But at the same time, Ray, this is to your brother Ray, Pat. And with all due respect, Ray, you know I respect you. Always have. But come on, man. We all know. We know that you know something, Ray. You were Whitney's security. And that's one thing Whitney never deviated from. She never. Anytime she went out of town and had a hotel, she had security at her door, Ray, and you always had a room next door to her. You was always right there at her door. So how could you tell me that her room looked like a tornado hit it? Where was you? Where was you at, Ray? Seriously, you never told me that. You never explained to me when we were sitting there talking. When I was trying to find out what happened, Pat called somebody to come and get you to keep you away from me because she didn't want you telling me anything. But you all didn't think that nobody was going to ask? We know how everything goes and operates out on the road with Whitney. Her room looked like a tornado hit it. So I guess that's when Pat and Gary went in there and moved stuff in and out.
Leola had said that when Whitney died, her Whitney's crackhead older brother Gary and his wife Pat Houston was going in and out of the room, moving things and taking things out of the room back and forth before they called the cops. And they also were saying that Ray J was there, but Ray J was the media didn't mention nothing about Ray J. They only talked about Nick Gordon and Gary and Ray and them being there, but they never mentioned Ray J. They didn't even put a picture out of Ray J. They mentioned that he was at that party that she was at before the night that she passed away or the night before, whatever. But they didn't mention that Ray J was in that hotel room. So I guess that's the guilt that's eating his behind up now, talking about he sold his soul to be with Whitney. No, you sold your soul to help them do what they wanted to do to Whitney. And now it's eating your behind up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that letter she was looking that note that she gave her. Viola said that note that she gave Brandy, she was trying to give a message to Ray J because Brittany knew something was going on there. She knew something was happening at that Beverly Hills hotel. Yep, Nick Gordon said he was there, but he never really talked about what he was doing there. But they were saying that he was a runner for her for cocaine, but he was more than a runner. It was something else that was going on. And I told y'all earlier when I started this live that they was calling him Little Lucifer in the industry. After Whitney died, they started calling him Little Lucifer. And if you realize it or not, that's when he started getting all this money. He got these headphones, and he all of a sudden he started getting all of this money after Whitney died. So there is some truth to some of these things that people say, and some of this stuff that be filtering from the industry on to regular people that's not in the industry because people see things and they talk to their families and stuff like that, and it gets around. But I knew Ray J. I was waiting for the day when Ray J get his because I knew that he had something to do with it. And it's coming out now, and his guilt is eating up at him. You see, when he did that verses that he got up there on that stage and looked like a damn fool, nothing's going right for him now because karma has come for his behind. Okay, he couldn't even sing right. He couldn't even sing when he was up there. Just looked like a damn fool. But you can't do wickedness to people and think you're gonna get away with it because you're gonna pay for it in this lifetime. It's gonna haunt you. It's gonna haunt you, and karma is real. So honey, Ray J is now saying that he sold his soul so that he could be with Whitney. I don't know how he's blaming him selling his soul on Whitney because he ain't sell his soul to be with no Whitney. He sold his soul to get that money he was getting. I think that accident Brandy had was a warning to not forget that, or it was an initiation, a humiliation ritual or something. But Leola is telling it, and she's writing her book. She has her own channel. Leola Brown Speaks Facts, something like that. Um, and she comes out and she's speaking on it. She was speaking on it a couple of years back, but she stopped. But now she's back and she's telling it all. So I can't wait till her book comes out because I'm going to get that book, and I want to know what's the rest of the stuff she has to say about Ray J. Because she said she actually said that he wants to commit suicide because she's coming out with that book revealing the part he played. Her son too, he has his channel. Oh yeah, Shane is her nephew. You talking about Shane Brown, Charlize? Shane is Tina's son. I watch his channel too. Yes, honey, Charlize. I can't wait till that book comes out. Because Leola is not playing. And she said that Bobby Christina was alive and well. She said Bobby Christina was coming out of that, whatever it was, she was healing, and all of a sudden they told them that she was gone. They stopped feeding her and all kinds of stuff. She said that Bobby Christina died of starvation. So I just wanted to come up here real quick and talk about Leola addressing the Ray J situation because the Ray J situation is circulating now, and I'm just watching this play out. I'll be reporting as it goes along. Reported she was better up and what right. She said she was fine. She was healing, and then they took her and put her in another hospital, and nobody was able to see her. It was just really strange circumstances how Bobby Christina passed away anyway. Yeah, the reports were saying she was getting better, and then she just passed away out of nowhere. And remember, they had that nurse that was impersonating being that she wasn't a real nurse. Remember that too, Charlize? That girl that they found in that hospital that was saying she was a nurse and she wasn't. So there's some real strange circumstances surrounding the deaths of all three of them, actually: Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina, and Bobby Brown Jr. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna hop up off of here. I just wanted to share that real quick about Leola, that she's revealing a lot of stuff and she has her own channel. But I'll also be covering when she comes out with news. And yeah, she got arrested, Charlize. And when she drops the book, I'll be letting y'all know when she drops the book as well. So peace and love, y'all. Thanks for coming through, Charlize. And Broadway, if you're still there.